I support the initiative because the oil and gas industry in Colorado enjoys a tax subsidy that they've had for the last 30 years. And really, tax subsidies are about tax policy. And you give tax credits to industries that you want to incentivize, that you want to really build out. And there are times where the industry is having difficult times or where they're brand new. But you don't give a tax credit to an industry that is earning record profits around the globe, and certainly record profits in Colorado. And so this is an industry that is important to Colorado. The oil and gas industry is a significant contributor to the state. But having said that, they're not in a place financially where they need a tax credit or a tax subsidy. That's just bad use of tax policy. If you remove that subsidy, then it could mean anywhere around $250 to $300 million a year to the state. We devote that money then to paying for protection of wildlife resources, to renewable energy grants, so we can incentivize, again, the build out of a new industry, renewable energy and the manufacturing jobs that can come with building wind and solar. We incentivize as well, we use that money for local government to account for impact to transportation and water projects. And then we spend 60% of the money on college scholarships or financial aid for Colorado kids going to Colorado institutions of higher learning. That last part of it's very important to me. It's important because when I was 18 years old, went to college because there was financial aid available for me. My family didn't have a sense about borrowing money or even a sense about the cost of college, how you afforded it. But because there were grant opportunities and other kinds of financial aid available, I was able to go to school. And I'm the governor of the state today because of it. So I really believe that there are a lot of people in this state who benefit from our ability to double the amount of money in financial aid using the removal of a tax credit from an industry earning record profits. There's a great deal of money made available by the removal of this. To be able to double the financial aid available to Colorado kids through the removal of this tax subsidy is a significant amount of money. And, the naysayers say, well, it's negligible money because, it might just be a little bit for these families that earn this amount of income. It is means tested, which means the poorer you are, the more money you get. And the more, the wealthier, or the closer you get to being in the middle class, or upwards middle class, the amount of money is less, certainly. But the fact of the matter is, if you're a $75,000 family income and you have a kid in college, it's a significant burden. So to have even $1,000 available to take that burden and make it $1,000 less per year, that's significant for families. Impact that Colorado oil has on world oil prices or gas prices at the pump is just so minuscule. I think the industry has to agree. The industry has to agree that this doesn't impact the price at the pump. We've seen our price at the pump go to $4, and it had nothing to do with whether the industry in Colorado was getting a severance tax subsidy or not. It's just not a credible argument. It's not a believable argument. The fact of the matter is Colorado voters are smarter than that, and I don't think they'll buy it. It really is about, a severance tax is about taxing a resource that you're pulling out of the ground, our oil, our natural gas. Those are resources that are in the ground, and when you remove them from the ground in Colorado, the people who do that pay a tax on that, a severance tax. It's true in New Mexico, it's true in Wyoming, it's true across the country. So it's important to think that when we remove that and we tax that, that we can remove this tax credit and really build other resources, build out wildlife protection, build out a renewable energy industry that's 21st century, do what we can to build out really local communities with transportation projects. And finally, think about the people of this state and kids in this state as a resource, where we're building that resource as well from another tax on a resource. And it's not even a tax on a resource, it's removing a tax subsidy from that resource.